After 13 years of marriage, Gretta, a teacher, and her husband Ray leapt at the opportunity for an adventure when he was offered a job in Malaysia. Gretta and Ray made Malaysia their home, and they were looking forward to retirement there. But that, sadly, didn't happen.
So Ray died very suddenly of a heart attack. Knew it was right to come back, even though I miss Malaysia very much. It would have been very painful to stay.
Gretta had no family home in the UK, so her sister Mary and her husband Fernando, who's from Mexico, took Gretta under their wing.
It's really lovely to have her here with us. And, you know, if you can't help your family, who can you help?
Now they're living cheek by jowl in 2 static caravans in Mary and Fernando's garden in the Cambridgeshire fens. Gretta has paid Mary and Fernando £125,000, which will allow them to refurbish and move back into their old house right next door. And keeping it all in the family, Mary and Fernando's son, Carlos, conveniently trained in architecture, has offered to design a new house for Gretta for mate's rates. Carlos's modern design will first need deep piles to pin it to solid rock buried somewhere beneath the fenland soil. They'll be tied together at ground level with a concrete ring beam, onto which will be bolted a steel frame, 130 pieces in all, to form a single-storey box. The roof will be infilled with highly insulated SIPS panels and will make a giant accessible roof terrace. It'll overhang the building by 1.5 metres all round, a design idea borrowed from Malaysia, but here serving to protect the house more from rain than the midday sun. Carlos wants to clad the walls in a special burned wood cladding known as Shisugi ban. The entire front and back of the building will be glazed, floor to ceiling, to provide a powerful connection to nature, something Gretta really enjoyed in the Far East. At the back of the house, that connection will be full on. The single open-plan living room, dining room and kitchen area and the main bedroom and bathroom will all enjoy views out to the garden. To the front will lie 3 guest bedrooms and a bathroom, with a utility room with its own entrance for casting off muddy boots. This elegantly appointed pavilion may be inspired by life in Southeast Asia, but it's putting its roots into the East Anglian soil and turning to the embrace of family. Mary and Fernando's old house is right next door. In fact, they'll all share one garden. But can they craft this new hub in which generations of the family will gather in future without falling out in the process? It's April, and the nation has gone into lockdown. It's hard to get workers on site, but that doesn't stop some daring-do self-builders.
And here it is. Oh my goodness. Never has Dana seen such action.
Carlos is locked down at home in London, so Fernando has to rely on his own judgment. And there's one major decision to take.
And how do we feel about the apple tree?
But if it can be saved,
Then we will do our best.
The old apple tree sits right on the edge of the footprint, so it may yet be destined to be firewood.
the apple tree had to go, you know, with all its memories. That was probably the biggest issue, if you like. We've moved on from that now.
Here was my baby. Lovely tree, absolutely lovely tree. My children used to play on it all the time. I would have loved not to have cut it.
Leaving space for the apple tree would have pushed Gretta's building to within 3 meters of Fernando and Mary's house. Too close for Gretta.
What can I say? Greta decided that, you know, it's her land at the end of the day. She didn't want it, and she wanted the house this way. So that's the way it's got to be. It had to go. That's one of the key issues of controversy.
At the outset, the family swore that the project must not happen at the cost of fractured relationships. They've only got as far as the foundations. It is 2 years to the day since Gretta returned to the UK from Malaysia after losing her husband Ray.
Wow. Beautiful.
So beautifully done. Everything is neat and crisp. Gretta's pavilion wears that skin of charred Shusugi band cladding beautifully, which now shimmers like burnished bronze in the fenland sun. You see, that looks so good in the Cambridgeshire fens.
It just is everything I dreamt it would be. It's a very peaceful, happy place. It's amazing when you see it in the different lights, you know, you see something new in it every time.
It's just great, isn't it?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Amazing view of the Willow. That's kind of magical. Yeah, oh, wow. It would have been so tempting to make that corridor smaller, wouldn't it? As a result, it just feels like part of the living room, you know?
Keeps it nice and open.
And flows right into this, which is your main act. And that act is all about what lies beyond, the contact that the floor-to-ceiling glazing provides with the outside world. It's amazing, having a huge green tapestry backlit on that wall. Bang. I said, this is your bedroom?
It is.
With more lush bedding. It reminds you of Malaysia. That's lovely. Beyond Gretta's bedroom are a further 3 guest bedrooms, neatly proportioned along the grid lines of the house, and the main bathroom. And at the side of the house, facing Mary and Fernando's house, is the utility room, with a side entrance, obviously only there for the neighbours' convenience. This house is fully engaged with the natural world around it, but it has one final surprise connection to deliver. Oh, posh staircase.
Yes, sir.
I like this. The roof terrace is a work in progress, but what it already offers is irresistible. This is great.
It is lovely, isn't it? Beautiful views from here. Beautiful.
And big sky, which is glorious. The boundaries are now thoroughly blurred between Gretta's and her sister Mary's households. They have a shared garden. The new and old houses even sit as siblings on the same plot. A statement of sisterly solidarity, of comfort in what has been a traumatic and difficult time for Gretta.